Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to show you one of the models from Makita's 18 volt range, the DJV180 jigsaw. You're about to see a high performance machine, but I won't say any more for now. Let's check it out in the next segment. See you in a bit. So here is the jigsaw in question, the Makita DJV180. This model comes with an 18-volt Makita battery and, of course, is compatible with all other 18-volt batteries from the brand's other tools. And while we're talking about the battery, keep in mind that to get the best performance from this kind of machine, it's better to use a battery with at least 4 amp hours. That way, you'll have peace of mind, you'll get better performance, and also longer battery life. As for the motor, it's a classic brush motor. That means you don't get the benefits of a brushless motor, especially the better battery life management. When it comes to handling, this machine's actually a bit heavy since it weighs 2.38 kilos. And on top of that, that's the weight of the machine without the battery. So you'll need to add the weight of the battery to get the total weight. So yes, it's a bit on the heavy side and can get tiring to use, but at the same time, the stand will be carrying most of the weight. You'll only have to control it, and as I just mentioned, you'll only need to carry that heavy weight during transport phases. As for the main handle, there's a grip that covers a good part of it and a trigger that's pretty wide, so you can use 2 fingers to operate it. There's also a button here that simply locks the machine. There you go. It secures the machine and prevents the trigger from being accidentally engaged. And to deactivate it, you just have to press it with your index finger. You see, like I just did, it's honestly effortless, and I find that the motor responds really well when you pull the trigger, which is really nice. And as for the settings, on the side, you'll find the adjustment for the pendulum movement amplitude with 4 positions. A real classic. Just so you know, position 0 simply deactivates the pendulum movement, and position 4 gives you the pendulum movement at maximum amplitude, which helps prevent the blade from overheating and allows for even faster cuts. To adjust the base plate for making angled cuts, for example, you'll need an Allen key since it's actually not included with the machine, but at the same time, it's a pretty standard Allen key as it's a 4mm Allen key. So we're going to loosen the locking screw. You don't need to unscrew it all the way. We take the base plate out of its initial position since it actually has a how should I put it? A notch that allows it to be held at 90 degrees. And then you adjust the base plate according to your needs. And then you just need to tighten our locking screw, sorry, to really secure the base plate so you can make your angled cut. As for changing the blade, you'll see it's very simple because here you have a little lever that you just need to operate. You insert the blade into position and release. Of course, I always recommend changing the blade with the battery removed. That way you're safe and not taking any risks. So as you can see, it's very simple, very quick, and very efficient. And to remove it, well, you just need to press the lever again and take out the blade without any problem. And as for the accessories that come with this machine, since it's usually sold bare, meaning without a battery or charger, you can still take advantage of the small dust extraction port to collect dust residue and improve visibility on the cutting area, provided, of course, that you can connect a vacuum cleaner, which isn't necessarily easy given the size of this port, so you'll definitely need an adapter, which is not included. You'll also get 6 blades, since with this machine, the brand provides you with 6 blades so you can cut both metal and wood. And just before we get into a demonstration of this jigsaw, let's talk a bit about its technical specifications. So earlier I mentioned to you that this machine is powered by 18 volts with a brushed motor. You should know that in terms of stroke speed, we're looking at 2,600 strokes per minute with this type of machine, which you can of course adjust with the trigger. There isn't a speed control dial on this machine, but you can still adjust the speed using the trigger. So regarding the 2,600 strokes per minute value, that's pretty much in line with what's standard on the market. And as for the stroke length, it's 26 millimeters. Here too, it's completely in line with the values you find on other machines. This means you'll be able to cut wood up to 135 millimeters thick and up to 10 millimeters in metal. So now let's see how this jigsaw actually performs. To start, I'm going to cut a piece of MDF board like this one. Normally, nothing too complicated. Of course, I fitted a blade that's suitable for this type of material, so we can get started with the cut. And as for the pendulum stroke setting, for now, I've set it to position 0. As you can see, honestly, there's nothing to complain about. The cut is really fast, absolutely no problem. Now let's see how this machine performs when cutting a thicker piece of wood, since we're working with 40 millimeters of thickness. And as for the pendulum stroke setting, I've also set it to position 0 here, and we'll see right away how it handles this type of material. You can see, again, honestly, no difficulty at all. As you saw, this is a machine that definitely gets the job done. Performance-wise, it's pretty solid. We're totally in line with market standards, even though you can obviously find machines out there that are even more powerful and high-performing, especially those with brushless motors. As for handling, it's pretty good, even though I find this machine a bit heavy, but at the same time, it's the stand that's going to support the machine, and I think it handles well. The grip is also quite comfortable, and the motor responds well when you pull or release the trigger, which is really nice. In terms of features, this machine comes with an adjustable pendulum motion. That's a classic feature, but you should know that you can also find machines on the market with a few more features, including a blower function that helps clear away as much debris as possible, especially useful if you want to follow a cutting line, which can be pretty handy. And you'll also find other machines with a lever, which makes it easier to adjust the base, because honestly, this model's a bit basic when it comes to adjusting the base. But honestly, it does the job just fine, and it means you can get a machine at an even better price. By the way, regarding the price, you should know that this machine is usually sold bare, meaning without a battery or charger, for around 150 euros. So I think that's a really attractive price for a machine of this type, even if, of course, it's not top of the line, and especially not the most powerful or the newest on the market, since it doesn't, for example, have a brushless motor. And as for features, we're dealing with the basics here, but as you saw in the demonstration, it definitely gets the job done. So this could be a really interesting machine, especially if you already own Makita brand batteries, which will also save you from having to invest in new batteries. And as always, if you're interested in this machine, feel free to check out the description. I'll include the references for the best sellers, at least those offering this jigsaw at the best price. That's it. This video is now coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. In any case, that is all for today. I will be looking forward to seeing you again very soon right here for a new video. See you then, and take care.